Welcome back to Better Kansas City. Let's say that you've been heading down a discouraging path or just haven't been as positive as you'd like to be. It may be time to reinvent yourself. Here to help us do that is growth coach Lashonda Lee. So, you and I were talking about this.
Yes.
What does it truly mean to reinvent yourself?
You know, that's a great question. And being that I help women who struggle with getting unstuck, discover resilience so they own their brilliance, reinventing yourself means that you're making a conscious decision to let go of anything that's holding you back from living your best life.
Okay, so if we're feeling like maybe something is holding me back,
Yes.
how do you know when it's time to take action?
Well, if you are feeling some type of stagnation or dissatisfied with your life, if you're feeling a sense of unfulfillment, or if you just want to live life with more passion, purpose, and zest, those are indicators that it's time to reinvent yourself.
Okay, well, that makes a lot of sense. Now, let's
Yes.
talk about, what is the #1 piece of advice that you would give to somebody who wants to make a change right now?
I would tell them that it begins with you. Take on the mindset that if it's meant to be, it's up to me. That allows you to walk as a victor of your circumstances versus a victim. And I have some great tips to help you get started.
Okay, yeah, that's all. I was just reading something yesterday that said, nothing is holding you back, right?
Yeah.
Like, sometimes it's just caught up in your mind.
Absolutely, absolutely. You literally have what it takes to expand your own opportunities, your own passions, and possibilities.
Okay, and you mentioned tips a moment ago.
Yes.
Can you run us through some of those?
Absolutely. The first thing I tell a person is accept full responsibility.
Okay.
When a person fails, 80% of the time they blame, accept full responsibility. Then also choose to let go of anything that's holding you back. Use visual reminders that would just kind of tell you this is where your life is headed, and then plan an action plan. I mean, really build that action plan so that you can get where you want to go.
Okay, I want to dig into a couple of those tips. So one of the things that you just said, right, people have a tendency to blame others. It's time to accept full responsibility.
Yes.
How can we identify if maybe we are doing that a little bit?
I tell people, listen, again, if it's meant to be, it's up to you. Whether you believe you can or whether you believe you can't, you're right. So maybe the situation that you're in was not your fault, but you're responsible for moving forward.
Okay.
And so don't focus on the past, focus on where you want to go. And honestly, that power is in your hands.
Okay, so that's all your responsibility, and maybe don't
Absolutely.
focus too much on shifting blame on something that happened in the past.
Absolutely, because when you shift blame, if I say, listen, you're responsible for this, now I am saying you are also accountable and responsible for fixing it for me. What if you choose not to show up?
Well, then you're kind of left high and dry. Yeah.
Absolutely. So I take full responsibility to fix my own circumstances.
Okay, perfect. And then
Yeah.
you also said make a plan, and it
Yes.
needs to be specific. What does that really mean?
It means, here's the thing, if you create a fail-proof plan and walk it out, you will get there. So make sure that your goals are specific. Make
Okay.
sure that they're measurable, attainable, realistic, and have a time frame attached to it.
Okay, those things
Yes.
are all key. I know that when you're
Yes.
goal setting at work, lots of times those things pop up. And real quickly, is there anything that we could do to sabotage the process? Because no one wants to do that, right?
Absolutely, and the one thing that a person could do that would absolutely sabotage it is if they refuse to stretch their comfort zone. In order to have more and to do more means you got to become more. So be okay with challenging and stretching your comfort zone, because successful people are comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Okay, Lashonda, thank you so much for
You're
your time.
welcome. Thank you.